Hey everyone, my name is Rajendra Kalwan and I am a feature storyboard artist from Trinidad and Tobago. For those of you who already know me or follow me on my social media, Instagram, etc., you would notice that I have been working on a feature film, an independent feature animated film all on my own. And you've been seeing me posting like thumbnails of the process and shots from the storyboards and stuff like that. And I decided I should actually make a bit of like a docu-series on actually writing and storyboarding this entire film all on my own, so that not only for me to look back on, but for you guys to actually see the process of creating this film, to actually document the journey of this film from the current process and the current stage that it is in now to the stage that I want to actually carry it to, which is a full animatic for you guys to see. And that I haven't posted much about the story of the film. I just want to tell you guys a bit about it now. So the film is actually inspired by the Aboriginal people of the Caribbean very early on, before colonization, before Christopher Columbus came over and stuff like that. And it's, even though it's inspired by that, it's not based on any real particular tribe. And the story follows a young boy from one of the tribes who gets involved in a civil war in another tribe, and he finds himself helping a young woman and her sister escape from the war, and that war ends up following them back home to his island. So that's the major synopsis of the film without giving out too much spoilers. But I have been working on this film for a little over 3 years now. I started it in 2021. I started writing and boarding it in 2021, but the initial conception of the film started when I was in college. I actually wrote a short graphic novel based on the same idea. That idea has changed a lot now since I've grown as a storyteller and changed and matured as a storyteller. So it's very, very different, but that would be the stage where it started. Back in 2021, when I actually started boarding scenes from the film, I boarded like around 10 to 12 minutes of the film, I'm not sure. And I was super excited because I was loving the way that it was coming out. But like around that same time, I got in touch with a recruiter at Netflix, and one thing led to another, and I got my first job at like a big studio, being Netflix. And at that point, I wasn't able to work on the film as much as I would like to, given that I had to work, on another film. But it was always at the back of my head, and the story, I kept writing the story in my head and thinking about ideas and how to continue the story, how to develop these characters. And there was a point where I just needed to board like 5 more minutes of the film to finish Act 1, and I decided to push through. Even though I was working for Netflix and the schedule was so crazy, I decided to push through and board the last 5 minutes of Act 1. And I was lucky enough to be able to show some of my co-workers at Netflix a first cut of the Act 1 animatic, and I received like really awesome reactions from it, from veteran storyboard artists. It was super awesome to hear their feedback and to hear their thoughts, and they were really encouraging, and they were really excited to kind of see what I produced all on my own, like writing and boarding it on my own. So that gave me a lot of encouragement and inspiration to actually continue boarding the film on my own. The biggest difference being that I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try and board the film while working at Netflix, which was super, super crazy, a lot of working hours there. And I was able to board from that point on till now. I was able to finish boarding up to the Act 2. So the film currently has Act 1 and Act 2 completely finished boarding. I'm currently in the process of writing and boarding Act 3, and it's kind of amazing that I have gotten this far on this film. I'm actually really proud of myself. I'm not trying to drink my own Kool-Aid, but I'm really proud of myself actually boarding this far. And I thought, you know what, even though it might be kind of late, I really wanted to document the rest of the process of creating this film. For one, it will, keep me accountable into actually finishing the film, because I do intend to try and finish the film this year in 2024 and have at least a rough vision of an animatic up. And I think that it would be super awesome to show you guys the rest of the process, to show you guys the ups and the downs, the struggles of actually boarding a film, maybe share the things I've learned while boarding a film or writing a film all on my own, while being an artist who still has to make a living outside of the film, So I thought it would be a really amazing kind of experience to document and to share with you guys. And, for those of you who are probably wondering, why are you boarding an entire feature film all on your own? Why not do a short film? Why not just do storyboarding sequences? Or why not just focus on just working for big studios? And the reason is one of my dreams is to become a film director, starting in animation, maybe even go to live action, but it is to direct a film. And one of the things I realized after working in this industry for only a short period of time is that no one is gonna just give you the opportunity to direct. And even if they do, it's gonna take like a long time. Like, most people start directing in their late 30s, early 40s, sometimes even 50s, they would get their hands on like their first feature film to direct. And for me, I always felt as though I couldn't wait that long. Maybe that's ignorant. I couldn't wait that long. I felt as though I had a story in my head that I wanted to tell, and I felt that the quality of my work was like good enough so to actually start boarding a film on my own. And I feel confident enough in my writing skills to actually write and storyboard a film on my own. Another reason why I have to do it on my own is because, as you know, a lot of films, making feature films, are very expensive. Even doing like an animatic, a first vision of an hour-and-a-half film could run from like $100,000 to $150,000 just doing the storyboards with a storyboarding team. Right? So those are several reasons why I'm boarding a film on my own. It's because I really have this dream of telling a story in feature film format, and I really want to be able to share my stories with the world. And I'm not gonna wait for like an executive or producer to say, hey, come and direct this film, or hey, do you want to direct a film? I'm actually just gonna board my film, and if it sucks, it sucks. If it's amazing, it's amazing. But I will be happy knowing that I boarded this film all on my own, and I release it to the world. Now, there's a lot of parts of the process I want to share with you, because there's a lot of nuance when I say I've been boarding the film on my own, and there's a lot to kind of like explain behind the scenes of that. And there's so much I want to talk about and share with you guys with regards to making this film. And it's gonna have to be in other videos, because if I were to just talk about this movie, I would just spend like hours and hours just talking about this film. So hopefully guys, if you are interested in this docu-series that I'm going to be making and posting here on YouTube to share the process of creating this film, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you would like to see with regards to me documenting this film. I love answering questions about my film and sharing my insights into boarding and creating this film. So if you've gotten this far in the video, I really appreciate you watching this video, and hopefully you will enjoy the rest of creating this video, and I look forward to actually finishing this film so that you guys can see it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.